like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. The realms of the wild world are filled with the weirdest and most bizarre creatures who can self-destruct in the name of defense. You might not believe it, but watch till the end to see some of the ultimate animal body parts that can kill them. BABIRUSA. Found in the jungle of Indonesia, BABIRUSA is a hog with dental problems. Just like all the pigs, the canine teeth of the male BABIRUSA continues to grow throughout its life. Its upper canines are really what sets them apart from the average hogs. The teeth grow downwards in a spiral shape and continue to grow until it penetrates the skin from the top of their snout, growing till they start curving back into their forehead. These unique canines can grow up to 17 inches, which would eventually kill the animal by piercing through their skull and right into their brain. Many locals believe that their teeth are there to protect their eyes during the mating season when they battle it out with other BABIRUSAs. Deer. You might have heard the story of a stag who was so proud of his antlers but hated his thin legs. If you haven't, the story ended with the stag getting killed because of its beautiful antlers. Well, turns out this story isn't just a story, it actually happens. Deers have magnificent antlers. It is the feature that not only defends them, but also makes them really vulnerable too. The larger the antlers get, the heavier they become for the deers to carry, which can create disorientation, and they can get stuck in the trees or with other antlers. And unless someone interferes and releases them, they stay in that position, often killing them due to dehydration or by a predator. That's why the deer shed them every once in a while. Hooves. Horses and donkeys have hooves, which are often groomed by their owners. But do you know that these hooves are basically like huge toenails? They grow throughout the lives of horses and donkeys just like nails do. If they are not groomed by the horse keepers, they can interfere with the walking and can give horses and donkeys bad bones and joints, seriously hurting their legs. They can also lose balance and fall. In the wild, these animals can find rough, rocky surfaces to walk on in order to maintain their fancy pedicure. Honeybees. Honeybees are some of the most hard-working and devoted insects. They roam all day from flower to flower, collecting nectar for their babies back at the colony, but also defending their hives from the other animals and insects. Whenever honeybees get defensive, they sting. That's why many people are really afraid of them. But when they sting, they are harmed more by it than their target. It kills them. You see, the stinger on bees can get stuck in the skin, pulling the entire organ out as they try to release it, which eventually kills them. Although their stings are nasty, but they are just trying to defend themselves and their babies, and they are really important for the pollination of the plants too. Tortoise and turtles. Tortoises and turtles carry their homes around on their backs. It protects them from the predators. But do you know that a single crack in their shell can kill them because their shell isn't like that of a crab, which they can change whenever they need to kill their organs or inside their shells? And if the cracks are not properly treated, it can get infected, killing the poor animal. Another reason why tortoises and turtles are on this list is because their shells make their mobility very limited. If they get turned over, it is basically like a death sentence for them. They can roll over on their own, and they have instinctually become aware of the dangers of turning over. Many of the tortoises are seen pushing their fellows back onto their feet. African social spiders. Some spiders eat their mates, like a black widow, while others sacrifice themselves for their offspring, like this African social spider. The adult females from this species care for their younglings like no other spiders. The mother spider catches and eats a lot of prey before the birth of her babies. After the birth, they spit out liquid food with special enzymes to feed their hatchlings, which ultimately kills the mother. But even in death, they care for their children by presenting themselves as food. The babies eat their bodies and not just their mothers. These spiders care for the young hatchlings, even if they are not their own babies. Young, virgin female spiders take care of their nieces and nephews, just like their mother did, by feeding spiderlings liquid diet and then by letting them eat their bodies. Stingrays. A stingray's long, thin, tapered, and whip-like tail can pack a nasty, nasty sting. The spiky tail contains venom that can really hurt humans, and sometimes themselves too, but thankfully they aren't really aggressive in nature. When stingrays are born, nature covers their lethal weapon with a cap, which comes off mostly after their birth. Yeah, mostly. If the caps on their stingers come off before the birth, it can hurt the mother internally, potentially killing them. It can also hurt the baby ray's siblings as well. Talk about being lethal without any intention. Overgrown fleece. Sheep are born to be a danger to themselves. They jump from the random heights. Some species of sheep have killer horns, while most of them have a coat of wool to suffocate them. If the wool is not shaved in time, the unshorn wool would eventually impede their movement, and not being able to move means not being able to eat or drink. Since the wool insulates heat, the sheep can overheat in the summer and die. The overgrown layer of fleece can become a picnic spot for the parasites like ticks, lice, mites, and the maggots, which can cause the sheep to have fly strike, which is a nasty condition that has the potential to slowly and painfully kill the sheep. Snakes. Ouroboros is an ancient symbol dating back to 5000 BC, depicting a serpent eating itself. It's not just a symbol. Snakes can actually eat themselves. Although it is a rare occurrence, it is not unknown. The reason as to why snakes do this is not clear, but the experts suggest that due to overheating, stress, false hunger, and shedding, snakes confuse themselves as food and start devouring themselves. Imagine seeing your pet eating itself. That would be horrible. Many experts blame the temporary poor eyesight the snakes go through while shedding to be the most common cause. They see their tail and think it's a prey, attack it, and start eating. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. I know this picture looks like it has been edited, but it's a real photograph and shows an unfortunate bighorn sheep. Bighorn males are known as rams, and they are famous for their large, curled horns. These horns can be their biggest flex as well as the biggest flaw in their genetics. The males indulge in head-butting battles with other males over the female bighorns. The rams with the biggest horns have more chances of mating with the females. These head-butting fights can alter the direction of growth of their horns over time, just like the one in the picture. These horns can pierce through their skin, sometimes right into their eyes, blinding them. What do you guys think about this magnificent animal? Let us know in the comments below. Aphids. Aphids are some of the most unique insects out there. They clone themselves and they are born pregnant, so they don't need to mate. Their young ones are born with the sense to protect each other selflessly. They live in hard-shelled tree colonies. If a predator bites through the exterior of their home, the young ones immediately start repairing it. These babies help out in repairing their home while slowly melting themselves. They release a fatty liquid that helps in covering the hole like a perfect patchwork while losing their lives in the process. These young aphids are known as soldiers, and for all the right reasons. Kamikaze ants. Ants are some of the most hardworking and selfless insects in the animal kingdom. These ants are unique when it comes to defending their colonies, found all over Southeast Asia, known as Coloboscis explodens, or kamikaze ants. Whenever they feel threatened or get attacked by other bugs, they can turn their bodies into tiny grenades, bursting and releasing a sticky goo that stops the predators from entering the colony. It is said that the sticky goo smells like hot curry. Gross, I know. This smell indicates to other ants about the potential threat from the predator. There are some termites that make the same sacrifice for their colonies, but these ants are relatively newly discovered, so not much is known about it. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.